Hello everyone! Welcome back to another banner reaction. I'm DTM as always, and I brought along a very special guest, a returning friend of the channel. Why don't you introduce yourself, Oblivion Knight?
Hey everyone, it's Oblivion, and I'm excited to see what we get tonight.
Yes, we are very excited. We should be having a new mythic hero, if I'm correct. What do you
I
think?
believe so.
Yeah. What are your hopes for the next mythic hero?
Okay, so I think it's either colorless or red. So I'm hoping
Mm-hmm.
for either Athos or I guess it could be like a Nonkos or something. But really, if it's Athos, that's like the number one thing I want.
Yeah,
Red, I don't know who else could be red.
honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
Anakos
I
is
can't
the one
remember.
that I really want, personally. And honestly, it's
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like it's been so long without Anakos that now might as well be the time.
I'm honestly surprised Nurgle and Nonkos haven't gone in yet. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's so many like classic antagonists or like just
Right.
like mythical figures that still haven't been in. So
Like,
yeah, hopefully
all
we
right.
can do that. Whoops, sorry, that was an email notification. But yeah, without further ado, let us begin. And as always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz, not only to my channel, but to Oblivion Knight's channel as well. The link will be in the description down below. And yeah, let us begin.
Who is it going to be?
Honestly, I have absolutely no idea. Whoops.
Really hoping colorless because I want to pull colorless. So.
Yeah, colorless is a really good share. Wait,
Is it
what?
Askr?
Already?
Wow, I did not
Whoa!
expect Askr that early.
Okay.
God of openness.
All gaps between people.
Colorless beast.
Beast infantry, just like Ash.
Yep.
Open domain.
Open
Okay, we'll
domain.
attack defense bulwark. That's really cool. What is this music though? This music is jamming. Whoa!
Right. He's a big boy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I feel like FEH really stepped up on the sprites.
Definitely. Especially like the beast and dragon sprites. They look so good.
Yeah. Okay, this is a light mythic too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Light defense mythic.
I guess Anima is just crying in the corner. And
Who are we going to get?
yeah, we have Ashera and okay, we get
Oh,
Marita
there,
as the
Sand
red.
Marita. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh yeah, Vital Astra fodder, right?
I forgot who the green unit is.
Arthur, I think.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur. Don't worry, I like completely forgot as well. Yeah, I'm surprised we got Askers that soon.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that they were talking about how he's a dragon, but he's just not a dragon at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing dragon about him.
I mean, I guess they use the term dragon like very loosely as just like
Very
some sort
loosely.
of mythical figure.
They meant like giant cow.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow. Does that mean we're gonna get Emblem next?
I mean, probably. Like, maybe next
Yeah.
Mythic Banner they'll have Embla. I mean, that's around where the story's, I think, almost about to end. So I guess that would make sense.
Right.
So yeah, let's go ahead and read the skills, because there's quite a lot of words. I'll go ahead and start with Illuminating Horn. Accelerate special trigger. If units initiate combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats +5 to unit during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Deals damage equals to 20% of unit's defense and reduces damage from foe's attack by 20% of unit's defense.
God. Oh God.
So that is basically Spring Maria's effect right there.
Right. Yeah, that's wow.
But wait, there's more. At the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to... Oh wait, no, never mind. This is just the
It's just beast,
transformation.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, to be honest, infantry beast transformation is so powerful now. It's just
Yeah.
tempo plus true damage. That's a very, very powerful effect.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap. Just that alone is really scary. It seems like a really strong frontliner.
Yeah, like Spring Maria is already notorious for being like super tanky. And here we have one that's, as an infantry unit, and doesn't get like special acceleration or anything, or like denying special acceleration and things like that. So yeah, very tanky unit. Probably going to be stacking defense just looking at these skills.
Yeah, I definitely assume that.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll read attack defense bulwark.
please do.
So we have attack defense bulwark 3. Foes with range 1 cannot move through spaces adjacent to unit, and foes with range 2 equal cannot move through spaces within 2 spaces of unit. It does not affect foes with passive abilities. Inflicts attack and defense -4 on foe during combat. Restores 7 HP to the unit after combat.
So, okay.
Gatekeeper just got his niche stolen.
Basically, although to be fair,
Whoa.
Gatekeeper does prevent warping, which so far this does not do.
Right.
Unless
right.
like open domain just denies warping as well, which that would be the ultimate Gatekeeper killer right there.
So what I'm imagining now is like Gatekeeper's walking down the street and like Askr and like Legendary Ymir just walk over and beat him up and like people tap his effects.
Just like that JoJo meme. Like JoJo Bizarre's
Right,
meme. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But like
how good is this though, actually?
I mean, this is basically Obstruct, but with like extra effects from what I'm looking at. So
right, yeah, it's better Obstruct.
I don't know if that is better than some of the other B skills that we have, unless it's like just for a frontline, like I guess Asker's going to be.
Yeah, he definitely seems like he's meant to be a frontliner, and that like can work to an extent.
Yeah,
So I don't want to say this is bad because I could see this working, but at the same time, like there are other B skills that are just like way better. Like with Ash, when you use Ash as a frontliner, a lot of times you run like Shield Pulse or something, so you can have like a Miracle build or like a Pavis build or something. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually does it. Also, we don't know his preference C skill yet, so maybe that will work with it too.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and read Open Domain. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of any allies from a different title than unit, grants Resonant Blades and Resonant Shields to unit and all allies within 2 spaces of unit. And also, if unit or any of those allies has their special cooldown count at its maximum value, grant special cooldown count -1 to them. What?
Wow. Okay. So Resonance Blades is +4 attack and speed.
I believe
combat.
So. Yes.
Right. So it's like not joint, but it's just drive, attack, and speed pretty much.
Right.
And for anyone who's not from Heroes.
Mm-hmm. And Resonant Shields, I believe, is defense and res +4 in combat.
It's more than that actually. I think it also has I think it has like no follow-up attack or something. Yeah, okay. Grants defense and res +4 during combat for 1 turn and prevents the foes from making a follow-up attack during unit's first combat and player of enemy phase.
Okay.
That's really strong.
Yeah.
Like it's not good on a harmonic skill as much. Like it's okay, but like just a passive giving that out is pretty strong.
Yeah, and like this, you only need to be within like 2 spaces at the start of turn, and so like I'm just thinking from like a Gale Force perspective, you could just like have Askr, since Askr also like gives special cooldown count -1, right? Like that just makes like Gale Force strategies potentially a lot more consistent. And because of that, like they will be able to still have Resonant Blades and Shields as they like go all the way into the enemy team. You don't need to like have him in there within 2 spaces in order to grant them that.
I see what you're saying. Wow, yeah, that actually, I didn't think about that. I was thinking about Summoner duels, but yeah, you're right. Like for Gale Force, that's pretty strong. Just being able to give your whole team -1 special cooldown, and he's a beast, so we can use him like on Beast Force.
Right.
Oh man,
like, with Fallen Edelgard, let's go.
Fallen
it's all
Edelgard,
coming together.
Ash,
Milla is also there.
Oh my gosh, Milla, yeah.
Honestly, like Light Season is becoming like the dream for beast units, at least on offense, since we have like so many of those beast units to enable that transformation.
That's like crazy. So I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
So if you have an ally within 2 spaces and they're not from Heroes, right? Then you get Resonance Blades and Resonant Shields.
Yes.
And all allies within 2 spaces of that unit. That means that it will hit Heroes unit as well, as long as there's a unit who's not from Heroes around them.
Oh wait, really?
Right? Unless I'm reading it wrong.
From a different grants to unit. And yeah, you're right actually. If like this is not a mistranslation, like
right.
all this requires is like any unit other than heroes, which let's be real, everyone has one of those. So like as long as you have that within 2 spaces of him, like every unit within 2 spaces of him gets that.
Right.
Oh,
It's if unit or any of those allies has their special. So he'll also get his special cooldown also down, and then everybody else.
yeah.
Oh man, he kind of just stole legendary Hector's like niche. I just thought about that.
Right.
It's even better. It's just better than legendary Hector. Well, I guess Hector's is global. So I guess
Yeah.
that's like one advantage. But still, like there's no tactics condition on it.
Right. And I'm not entirely sure how useful that global effect is. Maybe in Summoner's Duels it is useful for like particular raid boss strategies or Vantage Pala. But yeah, but for something like Ether Rates, which he is a light mythic, like this is just way better in my personal opinion. And wow.
Yeah, I think for light seasons he's gonna be really, really powerful just on Gale Force. I probably stuff on Gale Force for sure. But then like in Summoner Duels, like how do you this is so much support in one unit. It's kind of insane. Like I got my support video a couple days too early. he needs to be up there. Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I think that we have to consider is that he's sort of going to be acting as that front line, right? And like, I personally think that the competition for that is particularly high with units like Not, Young Ike, and I guess Legendary Ymir, things like that.
Ash,
that can like provide like other utility. His utility is like the special cooldown count -1, which is really strong. But I'm not sure how that compares to something like Pathfinder or denying the enemy's special, right?
Right. No, I think it'll just come down to like the team composition, right? Like if you need and the map, obviously. You're good. If you need a frontliner though, like this is really good. And in SDS where like you only get one legendary, not legendary, where you get only one duochrome, this unit will be amazing.
Oh yes,
like,
for sure.
In my SDS run earlier, one of the problems I had was that Duo Thor wasn't getting her special up quick enough because I didn't have Quick Impulse on her because it was on a different team.
Oh right.
This would fix that. This would fix this instantly.
You're absolutely right. Because like,
and then she,
go ahead.
Like, I would just like fix. Like that's so good. Like just being able to lower with special 1 cooldown is like ridiculously powerful, and then like being able to give to everyone plus those other effects, and him also just being a really tanky frontliner. Like, oh man, this unit's scary.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I was thinking, like one of the main ways I dealt with Summer Thor back in my SDR run was basically having huge aggressive plays on turn 1. Since most Thors didn't run Quick Impulse, they can't actually have the AoE pre-charged on turn 1, which obviously meant they can't get through Brave Hector. But like with this, like that problem is solved. Like you can have that AoE if, we're thinking how it works is not changed from like previous precedent. Like you can have that on turn 1, assuming you like 2-change fate, and oh my goodness, yeah, you're absolutely right. And because
unit seems really strong.
And because you have like Spring Maria's damage reduction as well, that there's going to be very rare instances where you can actually take this unit out.
Yeah, he's not going to be easy to kill at all. Like there's so much defense. I'm sure he's going to have a very optimal defense stat as well. He'll probably be pretty slow, but like other than that, like Spring Maria is so difficult to get through, and this guy's going to like have a better stat line because he's infantry for 1.
Right.
And then he also just has a million effects to make him like really bulky.
Yeah, this base kit definitely seems something with like Summoner's Duels in mind, especially with like the new B skill, because that can definitely get really annoying real quick with the Obstruct.
No, another thing I'm thinking is like he's probably really difficult to one-shot. And because if it does work like we think it does, he has special cooldown in his weapon, and then he has special cooldown in his C skill, right?
Right.
That's 2 off right there. And then you could run something like, I don't know, I guess Bonfire, and then he would just like retaliate with Bonfire.
Right.
And just blow them up. Like, and he's getting even more true damage. So he'll get Bonfire, then he'll get the 20% true damage as well. Like that's a lot of damage.
Definitely a lot. Or you can run like Steady Breath on him and run Ignis, and it will like go down to 2, and then Steady Breath will provide that Ignis to get pre-charged when he retaliates, essentially. Not pre-charged,
Right.
just be able to be ready to proc. Yeah.
Like, who's gonna live that?
I guess this is the time where we say, bring out your Windsweep Brave Alms or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wonder like how good his res will be, because depending on how like min max this is, like something like Pala, like Valencia Pala, if his res is like low enough, I feel like that could be an effective way to deal with Askr. But yeah, that would just depend on the stats as well.
Right. He does get +5 +5 to all stats too, which is pretty nice instead of like -6 or 6 or like anything like that.
Right.
So like if he actually has a decent speed stat, it's like not bad either.
Right.
Then you can like stop follow-ups, which would be nice.
That's true. Wow.
Oh man.
Very interesting myth. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then the sprite is just
sprite
phenomenal.
is top tier. This is so good. I wonder what. So, have we seen what Emblem's sprite will be? I don't think we have.
No. I'm assuming it's gonna be a bat.
Yeah, definitely going to be bat themed. Pretty sure.
Yeah. And he's colorless. I'm so happy he's colorless because I really need Medius. I want our Medius, so like I can just go all in on colorless, and there's all 3 units I want, which is always super nice.
Yeah, that's actually a really good share. You have an Astra Mythic, Light Mythic, and obviously a Dark Mythic as well, which maybe you don't exactly want as many merges, but hey, can't go wrong with Canto Control fodder, right?
Exactly. So like looking at this banner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think colorless is the best color.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Then red. Then depending on what you need, probably blue and then green maybe? I don't know.
What does blue have? Dimitri, Saros, and Peony.
Saros. Yeah. It's like if you need a water legendary and like I guess a light mythic. Saros is like you don't really need one Saros. You don't really need merges on Saros. But,
right.
So it's not the best, but it's not terrible either.
Yeah. And in green we have like Celica, Arthur, and Odor. So honestly not the greatest share to like go all in on, since only Celica provides values for merges. But yeah, I'd like obviously, as you mentioned, water and light on blue is a pretty good share if you still need a water core. Red obviously has Plumeria, who's honestly still one of the best Astro Mythics, along with Nana, who is very strong Earth Legendary. And yeah, I definitely agree. Colorless, especially if you're like want to get like good offensive mythic merges, colorless is the way to go, I'd feel.
I'm gonna see if Arthur has good fodder. I have no idea. I can't remember. Oh, he doesn't even have a preference skill. Or a preference weapon.
What does Arthur even have?
He has Ground Vulture plus and attack speed ideal 4. Okay, that's kind of okay. And then speed res menace. So like really not the best. It's not the worst fodder, but it's not exactly what you want to pull like a ton of copies of either.
Attack speed ideal 4 is also on Luis, right? That is also in codes. So
yes, true.
Yeah, honestly, obviously, like probably, I mean, Archer is probably not the unit you want if you're going to be somebody on green.
Definitely not.
Yeah, and yeah, honestly, not having a perf, it's so weird they put Grand Vulture as a 5-star locked unit, but that's beside the point. Yeah, what are your thoughts overall on Askr and this banner?
Askr looks amazing. I don't like. Obviously, I haven't got to try him out, so I can't say firsthand. But like, just from looking at his kit, he seems really, really good and just very versatile as a support. He offers like, not only does he offer what you want, he also can play the role of a frontliner, which is usually pretty good thing you want. And he's going to be probably really good on Gale Force teams. So like overall, he looks like a really solid package. When it comes to the banner, I feel like it's a pretty stacked banner if you are like looking for either mythic merges or if you just want some really good units out of red, right? Because red has Nana, who's phenomenal, one of the best player phase units in the game. Plumeria, obviously one of the best mythics in the game. And then also Ascended Marita, who is a good unit, but she also just has Battle Astra. So if you have a favorite unit who wants Battle Astra, it's a great time to possibly pick it up. You know what I mean?
Right, definitely. I mean, I'm not going to summon on this banner since obviously CYL is just around the corner. But if I was, like, I wouldn't mind Vital Astra for, like, my OG Lucina, for example.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Honestly, she still puts in a lot of work still to this day, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, as for me, I agree with you. Like, especially if you're don't have a lot of offensive mythic merges, like colorless right now is very good value. Can double up on both seasons and get a lot of additional lift scoring that way with Ashera and now Askr. And I do think Askr. I obviously won't be summoning on this, but if I ever did get Askr, I will definitely be including him and trying him out on some Gale Force strategies. Especially since there's like a lot of units that would be good for Gale Force, but just like don't have the slaying effect, so they need to run something like Quicken Pulse. Like I'm thinking like Sumia, who would be amazing for Gale Force, but doesn't have slaying, so she has to run Quicken Pulse, which obviously limits her combat. So
right.
That is just like one example of like the support that he can provide to a particular unit.
Yeah, I definitely want him. Like the problem is that I have merges, so it's like hard to get. It's always hard to get a new mythic for me, which is like this is a white whale problem definitely. But like I'll have to use him as like the 4th unit essentially because he'll take my score. But I think he'll be really cool because I always want more beasts. So if I can ever get more beasts in the one season, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like beasts, dragons, and like specials in general are like the things that IS are focusing on these days, which yeah, it's definitely a very interesting change. I'm excited to look forward to it, especially with Brave Tiki coming up soon. Super excited for that as well.
Yes. I would love to see beasts get as much love as dragons have been getting lately. That would be amazing.
Hey, maybe this is the sign. This is the start of that renaissance.
Yeah. Emblem next.
But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you Oblivion for joining as always. Really, it's always super fun to have you on for these reactions. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun to be here.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun as well. And yeah, let me know down in the comments whether or not you're going to be summoning on this banner and what your thoughts are on Askr. And yeah, once again, if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but truly does help out this channel a lot. And not just to my channel, but to Oblivion Knight's channel as well. The link, again, will be in the description down below. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye, everyone!
Bye!